headset, I found that if I recorded with this, the sound would be a lot better. Now, don't mind the extra noises in the room. It is my cat who is trying to game with me by attacking my gaming mat. So, um, now I have a new controller, which, funnily enough, I didn't buy. I, by some kind of black magic, ended up with this for free. It's one of the Ocean Shadow controllers, which, funnily enough, is the exact same colors as Team Octopus, which is quite nice. And as you can tell from my headset, I'm borrowing this, and it's not an Xbox headset. It is a Turtle Beach Recon, but instead of being a Turtle Beach Recon X for Xbox, it's a P, as you can tell by the colors, which is great because it matches my background, but maybe a little bit too much. So I'm going to be hopefully getting a new headset in the near future. That's the Xbox One. Now, the good thing about these headsets is you can use them on multiple platforms. So if you do prefer the color of a different one, let's say the Nintendo one, which is actually a pretty cool color. I believe it's like black and red and gold and some weird kind of colors like that. If you prefer that, you can actually use that in an Xbox, in a PlayStation. They've all got the same jack. I could probably use this for the Switch as well. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to play some games. So let me just change the camera. There it is. Camera. Okay, so last time we met, we just finished the first stage of the campaign. So now it's going to want me to go, I'm pretty sure that I have to go see Devram, who's here. But because we haven't been to Earth yet, it's coming up with this symbol, the Destiny symbol, which makes it a little bit confusing, because generally if you've done this mission already, which some people might before they start the campaign, it'll come up with the Red War symbol instead, is the way it kind of works. Or it'll come up with a different quest step symbol. So, yeah, each quest giver on each planet, like location, it'll have that symbol on them when you first start the game, so that you can discover the area. You know, it'll be like do a lost sector, do an adventure, do 2 exploring missions. So yeah, so we got to go see Devram and start that up, and then once we complete that, we do a campaign mission, and then it continues on from there. So this is sort of like a quick pit stop to tutor us on playing in a location and doing the explore sort of activities. And so yeah, as you can tell, I have a new ship. It's actually an exotic ship that dropped during a strike with a friend of mine, one of my new clan members. And yeah, so it's pretty sweet. I also have some new equipment. So I've got all my Iron Banner equipment that I had, but I brought back out Hardlight, which is this gun here. And the reason for that is because me and my clanmates have been playing Gambit and Gambit Prime especially, and Gambit Prime, the big bad guys you have to kill in that, their shields are all different energy types, and the way to defeat a shield is to use its energy type against it. And the great thing about Hardlight is I can just hold down the reload button, and boom, it changes the energy type. Now it's Arc, now it's Solar, and now it's Void. And I accidentally jumped in, but that doesn't normally happen. Okay, so this gun's really good for shield breaking, which makes it really powerful against some of the strong enemies in the game. So let's go talk to Dev.
What can I do for you?
All I have to do is one adventure. So normally on all the other locations you have to do an adventure, a lost sector, and 2 explore missions. So because this is the first time you're doing it, because they're assuming this is the first place you go, you only have to do one
the signal
activity.
still doesn't have the range we expected. It's a bit curious. Regardless, this signal
And
booster
I
should
believe it's
solve
very
our problem
linear.
if we can get
Like it
to
only gives you the one adventure to do,
dead zone indeed.
and then you continue on. Okay. Oh, yeah, and that's part of the quest step. Cool.
Goodbye, Guardian.
Okay, so
Happy
where do
to
we have
help
to
with
go?
something if you need it. There's no one else.
There it is.
Let's get started. There's a banner on the main floor. Give it a look, will you?
I believe it's over here, yes. That teaches you how to investigate random items, which you find throughout all the levels, even in the tower, which unlock little bits of lore and stuff like that.
I imagine you'll find lots of objects like this out there with a bit of a story to them. You both need some supplies to get going out here. See if you find a cache in one of the buildings nearby.
Is it this one? Yes, it is this one. There's a regional chest.
Very well
Regional
done.
chests are gold
To
and have that
survive,
cool
we'll have to
logo on
look for
them.
every opportunity.
If you go to the
Keep
map,
your eyes peeled for more supplies in the wilds.
see
Speaking of the wilds,
Quests.
there's a symbol on the wall of the church.
these
Take
symbols.
a look.
That's where all the regional chests are. And you can hunt them down and find them and get some cool stuff inside. And when you get all the regional chests, you unlock some extra lore. Okay. This is a symbol of a lost sector.
Where did this symbol come from?
I believe
So,
your city
when you
hunters
see these
must have put
symbols,
them here and
which
there
are
about the
also
region as
on
they
the map.
scouted around. I think they meant it to mark something special
So you see
or
them?
dangerous.
That's what we're looking at. So these are lost
both.
sectors. Lost sectors
Let's go check it
have a mini boss in them, and they give you loot at the end, and you are required to do those to unlock a lot of the extra bonuses in your triumphs. Do all the lost sectors of an area. I believe it's the Explorer triumph. You do all the lost
The history of
sectors
this
and
region
kill
is
all the wanted bad
fascinating.
guys and stuff
I
like
believe
that.
tunnels and caves like the one you're in now stretch all across the EDZ. Who knows what's lurking down there? Be careful.
Well, looking at my light level, I don't really need to be careful. But new players, definitely be more cautious than I am, otherwise you will get yourself killed. There we go. Okay, where are the rest of these guys? There's that mini boss up there who has a shield, so I can show you what hard light can do now. Let's get rid of this guy. It should be arc. It is arc. Got it on arc, so now normally that shield takes a lot longer to destroy, and also when I destroyed that shield it took a heap of damage off him, pretty much the equivalent of grenade damage. Now kill these guys.
I just snagged a key code from that captain. I think I can open his supply cache.
Okay, so
Good work down there.
now when you
two.
break shields, it damages
Keep
the
an eye out
guys
for other
like a
hidey holes
ton.
and treasures
So
like this one.
using the right energy type against those
That's for
shields is
another
really
day.
important when playing the
In the
game.
meantime, what say we get down to business?
So
Come on back up to the church tower. I'm putting a kettle on now.
let's do it.
What's the word?
Ah, he doesn't need me. Well then.
A good choice.
Pick up some bounties. That one will do. Cool. Okay.
Goodbye, Guardian.
So what's next? Ah, yep, here we go.
Strong, stoic type, eh?
So when you see those big red war symbols, that's when it's time for the next mission. So we had to just do that little side step. And cool, and now we can get back into it. So, someone's trying to beep me. So let me see who's trying to beep me first. Dear Tommy, your games suck. No, not really, that's not what it says. It's just a notification. But yeah, so. Alright. Now. The problem with my setup I've got is that this game is quite there. It's quite good graphics. And this TV is right in my face. And it's like, I don't have a monitor, I've got a TV, and it's a bit like, I need to have it a little bit further away from me, but it's okay. Change to, see that? How he died almost instantly when I shot him with arc? It's because I broke his shield, and it does pretty much grenade damage to them. And that guy only had a red health bar, which meant he was a low level enemy. So you get red health bar, orange health bar, and a yellow health bar. The orange health bars are stronger enemies, and your yellow health bars are your bosses. Your red health bar is your rank and file
Hey, Dev.
enemies.
Still sitting up here above the mines with this busted comm relay. Where's that signal booster?
Our new Guardian friend is en route. I'm getting
It's a little bit
too old to
annoying.
clean up
They
after
play
you,
this
so
pronoun
I-
game as Guardian,
Finally,
Guardian.
he admits
This
he's
is my
old.
Guardian. The Guardian. the
Bail me out
Guardian
on
the
one
entire
assault
time.
charge and you never let me live it
It's
down.
because there's multiple people playing the game,
Don't you
and they
mean
don't give you a
one
name.
You're the reason my hair is grey.
Yeah. Keep talking, old man.
Uh-oh, my cat's about to join us on camera. No, don't do it. Don't do it, you're gonna go in front of the screen. Oh, she's blocking my screen. No. That's okay. I can kill guys when I'm getting bothered. Oh, there she goes in front of the screen, behind the camera. So that's okay. Yeah. Okay, cool.
That elevator should take us to the top of the mines.
This will make some players... Yeah, it is. If you're standing too close to that, your first time doing it, it scares the
We'll have
pants
to
off
find
you.
another way up to Hawthorne.
So, yeah, you're better off going. Like, standing back a bit
Careful.
before you do that.
The Fallen are scavengers of the highest order. They're going to put up a
Okay,
fight for whatever they can get their grubby claws
Get
on.
through here. So most of these guys are fairly straightforward to kill. When you have low-level weapons, however, it is a little bit tough. So what I suggest doing, which you don't have to do, some people like to roleplay and use the basic weapons against these basic enemies. But if you do a little bit of Crucible, which is very Call of Duty style, or if you do Gambit or the Strikes or something like that before you actually start playing the game, you can have some better weapons and armor before versing these guys. So how I'm going through and just plowing through everyone, you can do that too. The only unfair advantage I've got is that Hard Light is an exotic weapon, being the highest ranked weapon there is, so one of the yellow ones. So you've got your white ones, which are your very beginner starter weapons, and you have green, which is your common, blue, which is rare, but the thing is, as you play the game more, you'll realize that the most common are blue. And then you get purple, which is legendary, and yellow, which is exotic. So let me have a look. Here we go, yellow, exotic, which is hard light, which I've maxed out, which is why it's got that crazy yellow border instead of a white border, and why it has that yellow stat on it. So I got the catalyst for it, so stability. So there's not much recoil on this gun. If you're wondering why it looks all cool and icy, that's a decoration I added to it that I got from the Dawning. Pick up what? Sniper rifle. See how it's white? Beginner weapon. So really, at this stage, you're only supposed to have weapons that are beginner level weapons. So I'm popping all these enemies when really they should be a lot tougher than what they are. Another unfair advantage is the bonus of this weapon, is that its bullets, if they miss, ricochet, and will hit the next enemy that they hit with the ricochet, causing the same amount of damage. So it's like, you have a hallway full of dudes, you can miss the first dude, the second dude, or the third dude, and so on. So it's pretty handy against large groups of dudes. Pretty much this thing's great against bosses with shields and large groups of dudes, which makes it great for Gambit, which is why I use it. Sometimes they just get annoying and you just have to finish them. Okay. Now, most people cannot float and aim at the same time. I am the only class that can do that. So, go into my class again. So I'm a Dawnblade, but not only am I a Dawnblade, I am Attunement of Sky. And yeah, so Winged Sun, yeah, you can fire weapons, send Celestial Fire, which is your fireballs, and throw grenades, all while gliding. Where every other class in the game, you can't do that while jumping, you immediately start falling. So the reason I have this class is so that while I'm in the air and I'm airborne, I can shoot at dudes, because that's just the way I like to play. You don't have to play that way, you can play whichever way you want. I was doing that with my Hunter. I was triple jumping in the air and then firing at dudes while I was in the air. And then when I realized this class can do that while they're floating, and I like the Warlocks, I figured I'd change to this one, and this is working really well. Okay.
You'll be pleased to know that I can see the Fallen fleeing the mine. Seems you've really kicked the hornet's nest, haven't you?
Now these things on the walls, you really need to be careful with these because they will kill you. But if you shoot the little grenade part, they should all pop. And I believe this one is the only one that's really hard to get, but you can walk around it like that. Okay. Now let's get through here. Now, don't be scared of the dark. Don't be scared of the dark. I know that can creep you out and you think a bad guy's gonna jump out, you are
We found an
tougher
elevator.
than the bad guys
You're
in this
good.
game. Just like in real
Almost
life,
as
you
good
are
as
tougher
Lewis.
than what comes against you. You are tougher than most of these guys. So the fact is, even though you might be freaking out or something's going to jump out at you, you
Elevator's
can
not working.
blitz
Power
whatever
must
it
be
is that's
out.
coming out at you. So try to be
And
brave
we've
when you're
upset the
playing
fallen.
and just sort of go for it. Here we go. What was funny there was I was trying to pick up that grenade ammo, but it turns out my grenade ammo is full. So, yeah. It's, Graham. Oh. Gauntlets that I can chuck rid of. Oh, these good. Now another thing that I'm using to buff my character is that I am using mod on all my guns, apart from Hardlight, which you can't mod it, called Icarus Grip. So if I just quickly show you. So, improves accuracy while airborne. So basically, I've buffed my class by using that mod. So I've got a class where I can aim while airborne, and my accuracy is improved while I'm airborne. Okay.
That did it. Killing the servitor brought the power back on.
Good job. Maybe I'll finally get my booster one of these days.
You can't shoot grenades through the elevator. Whoops. Uh-oh. No. I think I just glitched it. I did glitch it. That's not meant to happen. I'm supposed to just
Hawthorne,
ride
we're
the
onto
elevator
mine
up.
and heading your way.
Then hurry up with that booster. Let's finish hooking up the comm network.
That's,
And,
remember that for next time.
thanks for the
Would you want to
help.
get up that elevator
You're
real
not so
quick?
bad.
Blow yourself up.
For a fancy
And it
pants
takes you out
guardian.
straight away without having
Now
to fight
that's the
any enemies.
nicest
So,
thing I've ever heard Soraya say.
cool.
You're in rarefied air, my friend.
Alright, so that was the first little mission there. And we did that in 24 minutes, which is great, so a lot shorter than before. Cutscene.
You made it. Looks like Lewis owes me money. All right. Let's see if this works. Now, if I read the manual right... There's an incoming beacon.
Guardians, the city is lost. If there is any light left in the system, we rally on Titan. Be brave. Guardians.
Zavala's alive. If we leave now, we can...
You are not going to Titan. We've got refugees coming in. The Red Legion on one side, the Fallen on the other.
But we have our powers back. And if we're going to retake the city...
Your city is gone.
Hawthorne, we will be back, and we won't be alone.
You'll know where to find me.
Troubles are brewing. So, now you might find it annoying and slightly awkward that your character does not talk, and there seems to be a running joke with the ghost that it keeps talking for you. That's because in Destiny 1, you did talk. And it's not until later in the game, in Forsaken, where your character starts actually
It
talking.
would save us both a lot of time if you would just kill me.
For one who calls himself Speaker, you have remarkably little to say. We've learned that one of your guardians has reconnected to the light. You say you have no power over the Traveler, yet this... Help me understand, Speaker.
The light lives in all places, in all things. You can block it, even try to trap it, but the light will find its way. And the Traveler will protect itself.
The Traveler. For years I have studied it. The worlds it has touched. Its power over life and death. We are not so different, your Traveler and I.
You are nothing like the Traveler. Nothing. You think you have power, control.
If you're wondering why when he said nothing he sounded like Davy Jones,
You will end
I present to you
small.
Bill Nye.
If the Traveler truly has chosen humanity of its own free will, then there is no reason I should not reach inside, tear out the light for myself, and leave this system in ashes.
Only those the Traveler chooses will be reborn in the light.
Yes. This I know. This is why I have claimed your planet, and why you still live. The Traveler will choose me, Speaker. And you are going to tell me how.
Bum, 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 bum. So yeah, so Bill Nye, who of course played Davy Jones and plenty of other like he's played so many different characters in different movies. He had a much bigger part in the game, in the original game Destiny, where the Speaker you would talk to, like they were the main quest giver, and there's tons of cutscenes and everything. He's less featured in this one, but at least he's there, so that's always really good. Okay. I believe Titan now has the red war symbol. We need to go to Titan and start that. Here we go. And now we fight the Hive, who are a lot like the Flood from Halo. It's kind of creepy, the similarities. And they're creepy as well. But you'll see that.
Hawthorne already believes
Now these are the
Zavala
guys
abandoned
which
her and the
everyone
survivors.
hates fighting.
Now that we're
Because they
leaving,
run at you, you know,
if we
like
stayed,
fast zombies.
Yes, we could
Or
help them
like
survive.
fast zombies.
But if Zavala really is building a counteroffensive on Titan, we can save them all and take back the city.
Yeah, we can. Gonna kick their butts. Alright.
Vanguard Fleet, Guardian Ship 723 is on approach. We received your beacon and we're ready to join the fight.
Guardianship, this is Zavala. It's too late. The Hive have overrun Titan. I was wrong to bring us here.
Oh no. Would be good. Okay, let's do this.
Commander, we're here to help.
No! We've already lost too many lightless guardians to the Hive. We can't secure this move.
We have our light.
Watch out for those. I forgot about
What?
those.
Impossible.
Commander, if I may. Guardian, this is Deputy Commander Sloan. We have a counter-offensive to plan. To do that, we need to get this station up and running. There's a fleet to prep, Guardians to arm, and a trove of intercepted Red Legion transmissions to decrypt. It's critical we gain access to the station's control center. That's where you come in. If the light really is with you, send the Hive back to hell.
And Guardian, please, be careful.
What was this place?
The golden age cities of Titan were once the pride of humanity. They thought they were abandoned, but I was a fool to think the Hive would not spread this far.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Fire! Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. Here we go. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Now, I had to pick up those for a different mission, so that normally doesn't happen. Okay. Oh crap. Stuff like that. I have a feeling that they're going to run out at me. Oh yeah. No. Okay, we're outside, which is a lot safer. Oh my
Okay,
god.
Sloan, we can see the control center.
Even as someone with a
Copy
highlight
that.
level
Keep
like
pushing
myself,
forward. Commander, at this
freaking
rate, we can start
always
planning our
gets ya, those
counter-offensive.
little dudes.
We'll be outside the city gates in no time.
These guys, not so bad. Those little dudes. Way super. Uh-oh, crap, they're all coming again. Oh. Now, if you're wondering why I picked Solar, it's because the sort of mini bosses, or like upper enemies, with the Hive generally use solar shields, so I'm just preparing for that later. Okay.
It looked like the Hive were performing some kind of ritual. We should talk to Ikora. She knows all there is to know about Hive magic.
No one has seen Ikora or Cade since the city fell.
Oh no. I already have one of those. That's some foreshadowing for you.
There's the control center.
Because there's going to be a lot of these dudes again.
Move in.
I shoot fireballs.
Perfect.
I shoot fireballs.
Recon the perimeter before you move on the
Again,
control center.
that's something my class does. Wait, there's another one of those things that I need to pick up for a completely different mission, but I don't know what it is.
So it looks like we're standing in some kind of Hive breeding ground.
Take it out.
Cleared the nest. Heading to the control center now.
Well done. Sweep the perimeter and we'll move in on your signal.
I thought I was safe. Apparently not.
Commander, it's done.
Copy that.
think they're over.
Zavala and I are inbound.
Okay.
We're approaching the landing platform. Get up here and take a bow.
See, most people think that this bit's really ominous, that something bad's gonna happen. But it just ends like that. Cause it's like, yeah, get up here, we'll have cookies and milk. And all of a sudden, nope, that's exactly what happens. But yeah. Sans the cookie is. Oh, bad.
I didn't dare believe. If the light can find its way back to you, then perhaps there is hope for us all. Our numbers will continue to dwindle. We can no longer protect ourselves, much less the survivors. Without the light, are we even Guardians anymore?
Commander.
We won't last long with dead generators. Wave energy converters power this station. But thanks to the Hive, they're in need of attention.
We can take care of it.
Yes, I believe you can.
Alright, so, we have 15 minutes left. I'm gonna have a very quick break because I'm in need of, I got heartburn, so I've gotta go get something to save that. I will be back in just a short bit. Okay, so we have time for one more mission. So let's have a look. Red War. And over here. Cool. One more mission and then we'll stop. Okay there, Rubes. What are you doing? Destroying my mat. My gaming mat. Okay. It's a little bit weird that every time, nearly every time when the ship's flying like that, I get the ET theme stuck in my head.
All right,
Just
we're
flying
not out of
along,
this
it's like
yet.
do
Now that we've reached the control
do,
center, we still need to
do.
power up the place before we can take care of our fleet.
It'd
Commander
probably be a bit more epic if it actually had that music
I'll
going
run
to it.
tactical. Shipwright
One of you
Holiday
can
here
edit
provide
this
tech support.
to have that
It's a
music when those
straightforward
ships
op.
are doing
Get in,
that.
flip a switch,
I'd
get
be
out.
pretty stoked.
Sloane's got a way of making things sound easy, doesn't she?
Wait, who's this other girl? It's Amanda Holiday. Bum, 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 bum. Why is there 2 women in this game? All the gamer boys said.
Did we leave the Fallen here?
No. Those vultures have been following us since we evacuated Earth.
I got it. Okay.
Sloane, Amanda, the Hive have infected everything.
Holiday, we gotta get you back in the air. We'll need ongoing aerial threat assessments to keep our perimeter secure. Oh, yeah. You know my ship took a beating during the evacuation. I'll bump you to the front of the line for repairs once the lights are back on. Great. Great.
Okay. And what sucks is when you're doing this, swapping energy weapons the way that I am, while fighting like 2 types of enemies, that can be a real pain.
We can see the wave energy converters from here.
You don't really
Sweet.
need to
Now
change
just flip the
energy
switch
types
and turn
until you
'em on.
come across a boss with a mini boss kind of character with a shield. So you don't get too many I've got to go up here. You don't get too many shielded characters until later in the game. So at first it's
Accessing
like
systems now.
maybe the boss dude or the group of dudes will have a shield,
Some of
but
the
later
pistons
on
are
you'll have
moving,
like
but we're
enemy
still
after
sitting in the
enemy
dark.
with shields.
Something went wrong. Pistons must be jammed.
Sorry, pal. But you're gonna have to go out there. Bring a workaround.
Those suck. Do not let those blow up. They like blind you and slow you down and yeah. No. Well, that worked. Cool. Might just use my kinetic weapon for now. These enemies are all different kinds of types. Okay, this is a bit where I'm gonna need this gun. Or this gun. Those ones are the ones that suck. Explodey ones.
Did you hear that?
I did. They come. Ah, crap. Okay, I think I did okay.
We made it to the converter platforms.
Okay. Get to the stalled pistons. See what's jamming them. Once they're all moving, we're in business.
Most people can't make that in one jump. It's because of the type of jump I have. So it'll be a different experience
Oh yeah, found the problem.
if you
The
don't
hive has
use
gunked up the
the
pistons.
type of
Then
gun
let's
I'm
find a
using.
fix.
First piston's good to go. We gave it a power scrubbing.
That's
Okay.
great and all, but, it's still pretty dark on this end. Sounds like you got more scrubbing to do, Guardian.
Oh, nope. Alright. Sometimes, yeah, jumping too far is a thing. Alright. Should have yelled 4. Okay.
Final piston is clear.
Control center's still dark, so it's gotta be more than a piston problem. I have to get in, futz with the circuit breakers. Try the central platform. Everything routes through there.
They are. That was a wizard, but I killed the wizard. There's another wizard. And you see that massive drop in health once the
Circuit
shield's
breaker's going to
gone?
be around there somewhere. Find it and flip the switch. Just like I said.
That's not cool. Ah, we got them all. Yay! You know what? And we finished right on time. It's like 1 hour, and I believe the mission's over.
Yeah! Power's back! Exemplary work, everyone. But we still have to deal with these intercepted enemy transmissions.
Ah, there we go. We're done. That's it. Well, thank you everybody for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you don't get to check this out live, which I don't think anyone got to drop by today, you'll get to watch this on YouTube. So, thanks for watching the video, and I will catch you later.